Good.
Damn. Welcome back. Eddie House and Christine Leahy are back. Let's move to LeBron James, whose sunny comments about Los Angeles after the All-Star game led to a frenzy of media speculation about his future. Yesterday, Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas weighed in on First Things First, saying he thinks LeBron will stay in Cleveland, but that if he does leave, he should join forces with his biggest rival.
If I'm him, I go to Golden State. I go and play with Kevin Durant. I try to get with Steph Curry because I'm looking at my age, and I'm just talking as an athlete now, right? When you're a young man, you know, in your 20s, you can build. But when you're in your mid-30s or late 30s, then you got to join. You can't be a carrier for the next, 10 years now.
All right, Cowherd, would you lose respect for LeBron if he joined the Warriors?
No. I want to see your head explode. Let me ask you this, though. Players can all join the Yankees. We celebrate it. High school football players all go to Bama. We celebrate it. High school basketball players go to Duke, Kentucky. But if LeBron goes to a good team, bad guy. Why?
It's not about bad guy. If you set Michael Jordan out there as your Moby Dick that you're hunting, you can't now go, oh, I'm going to join the Golden State Warriors. The path to catching Michael Jordan is taking down the Golden State Warriors. And LeBron can do that this year and maybe next year. And so I would lose all respect.
All respect.
You think he can do that?
Yeah, I love this team. LeBron James, when he's engaged and motivated, he's unstoppable. I love LeBron in this situation with Cleveland. Yeah, and so no way in hell do I go join the Golden State.
And that's exactly why I would lose a little respect for him, is the fact that he is unstoppable. When he's engaged, he's the best player in the world. And to go join a team that you can't beat, that you've beat him once, but then you've lost to him twice, then you go lose to him again this year, then you go join him. Just to me, that's like Jordan going to play with the Celtics in the 80s or going to play with Detroit in the 80s. He would never do that. He's looking to try to beat them, get over the hump, just on the fact that that's his legacy. And I don't think this is just as crazy. He's not going to taint his legacy for something like that.
Any conversation about him being the greatest or even including him in a sentence with Michael Jordan would have to be done if he joined the Warriors. It would be the equivalent of him joining like the Toon Squad, or better yet, even the Monstars, who stole all the talent, so they were just the best team ever. And I know where you're going to go with this. Are you going to compare this to Kevin Durant at all?
No, this would be much worse than Kevin Durant.
It is much worse.
Why?
No, it's worse than Kevin Durant because that series, remember, Oklahoma City and the Warriors went to 7 games. Oklahoma City was up 3-1, so it wasn't a done deal that the Warriors were going to win. At that point, now we can just write it in right now. The Warriors are going to win.
Kevin Durant never won anything. Only when he joined. LeBron's proven. I won in Cleveland. I won in Miami. He's already proven he can win without.
So now he's a ring chaser.
No, but everybody's.
But when he won in Miami, he did have a Hall of Famers on that team. Yeah. Chris Bob's going to be a Hall of Famer. D-Wade going to be a Hall of Famer. Ray Allen's going to be a Hall of Famer. You have 4 Hall of Famers on your team.
So is Russell Westbrook's going to be a Hall of Famer. James Harden. And Kevin Durant.
James Harden wasn't going to be a Hall of Famer at that particular time. He's grew into that. And even Russell Westbrook at that time wasn't going to be a Hall of Famer. We could say that at that time, Kevin Durant, when those 3 were there, he was probably the only one that people would say he's going to be a future Hall of Famer for sure.
Just because Durant's the 2nd best player in the league doesn't mean he's anywhere in the solar system of LeBron James. So just the whole comparison to Durant is insulting to me if I'm LeBron James. And if I'm chasing Michael Jordan, there's an easy path, not an easy path, but there's a clear path to how you do it. You've already beat the 73-win Warriors. If you beat this Warriors team with those 4 guys, now you can legitimately say, I'm right there with Jordan.
Let's say I'm an investigative journalist, and I win an award at the Sacramento Bee, and then I win an award at the Indianapolis Star. So I've proven I can win awards. Then I say, I'm going to join the New York Times. We have a huge budget.
Yeah, but writing is an individual thing. That's not a...
an investigative reporter needs help. They need staff. Like, if I prove to you I can win without joining the greatest team ever.
It's a good point, but... It's a good point, but again, if you're trying to chase Red Smith, the greatest sports writer, or Jimmy Breslin or Mike Royko, the greatest columnist, you know, Mike Royko never left Chicago. And you know, there is, if you can win the Pulitzer Prize in Kansas City, that's far better and more impressive than winning the Pulitzer Prize at the New York Times. And so I'm just, for LeBron, the path is, and LeBron can do it. LeBron can beat the war. Yes.
They're a lot better. They're a whole lot better than they were before. They're more athletic.
They are.
They're younger. They got more guys that could create their own shot
the
off the dribble.
monster. They got Bigfoot. It's LeBron James. And so,
That didn't work for them last year.
He didn't have the right. LeBron James is at his best when he's surrounded by very good players.
That was everyone, by the way.
No. LeBron's been surrounded by some Hall of Famers, and Kyrie Irving might be one. He's better when it's just good players, and he is the clear alpha, and he can control everything. I'm telling you, I really believe this, and we'll get into this maybe later, but the Warriors are distracted. And I'm just, if they come into that final series with LeBron James remotely distracted, LeBron James is going to take them out.
No way.
No way.
I don't believe that. Coming up, basketball legend Jerry West just predicted that the NBA is going to overtake all other sports. We'll tell you what we think about that.